It's like a real gray zone. Sometimes it's a bit of both.
So now you can't talk. Sometimes a bit of both.
I just start peeing myself. Don't look down now. Oh, I had hip surgery since last time.
This is what we need to talk about. No, you have to tell the whole story. It's not funny.
Steph Infection.
Welcome back to my second episode of Steph Infection in my new studio with another fellow Canadian, Graham K.
Hey, good to be back on Steph Infection.
You know what? You have also done it before.
Yes, I have. But this is my first time in this studio, but not my first time. Do they know that?
Do it a little closer.
Do they know that it's in your home?
They know it's my home. Yes, it's. I don't know if I said it's my home. But I did say my new studio.
Well, I didn't want to if you were trying to make it seem like it's not in your home.
No, it's in my home. I'll let people fucking know it's in my home. This light is crazy. How good is the light?
I've partied in this house a bunch.
You have, yeah.
Yeah.
You slept on the couch.
I slept on the couch.
You were here, actually. Suzanne, you were here the day me and Robbie Hoffman had our falling out. Where I was like, where's Robbie? And you're like, she left. I'm like, what do you mean she left? Like, she moved out. I'm like, she moved out. Remember when Robbie was living here and she just left mid?
I didn't realize that was a...
No, we were still friends.
Yeah.
I mean, falling out as in, I almost fucking killed her for just leaving and not telling me.
Oh.
It's bizarre.
That is bizarre.
You can't just...
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
You were like, Robbie left. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean she left?
Yeah, I'm just sitting on the couch and then you left for a bit and then... She just put all her stuff in the car and drove away. And I was like,
I'm like, what do you mean she left? You're like, she's gone. I'm like, gone where?
She left.
Very strange woman.
Sure.
You're in town just
She's got no tits?
She's got no tits. And she talks about that on the... You know what doesn't upset me? Because she had really nice breasts. Perfect.
Can I tell you something?
Front facers.
Well,
You know what? Of course,
when you see...
do what you want to do with your
When you
tits,
see her with her wife or girlfriend, you get why.
Yes.
It makes sense. It all checks out.
Does it check out? I didn't believe they were dating for a long time until I finally saw her with her. I was like, okay. It's not that Robbie was lying. But Robbie had perfect breasts. So I almost wish I had switched with her. I'm like, can I have them?
Right.
Should have gone with her. Maybe a little switcheroo.
Maybe you could ask.
too late
So
now.
a person we both know, I'm not going to say who it is, they went on a couple dates with somebody in New York they were very excited about.
Okay.
And then on the third date, the person they were excited about showed up with no breasts.
I know what this is.
Did not discuss it. Did not say that they had top surgery. The person had full top surgery.
Here's the thing with this. 3 dates, I don't think you have to say anything. 3 months, maybe mention it.
But you might be like, hey, you notice something different about me? The thing you like the most is gone.
But the person we're talking about, I don't think even noticed. I'm
not saying breast reduction.
I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I know the story, and the person you're talking about probably had never even gone near them yet.
I think
so. I feel like if they had been in there and motorboating and tweaking and sucking, and then you know what I mean. But I have a feeling that person just gave them a firm handshake, bought them a piece of tofu, and was like, "Get on your merry way." I feel like, but also again, I don't think 3 days is anyone's fucking business. If I got my clit chopped off 3 dates in, it's not. It's also any date. Unless you're dating somebody, I think that's something you have to be like, oh, by the way, I'm doing this surgery.
By the way, I'm part of Boko Haram. They don't like my clit.
I just think 3 dates is like nothing.
I understand
in
that.
this day and age.
You have kind of entered into a unofficial contract that we are both heterosexual people. And you probably like my lady bits. You probably like my lady bits.
Yeah, okay. I see where you're coming from.
You know?
Yes.
And now I'm not this. And
now these are no
one of the
longer
big lady bits is gone.
One of the top two. Pieces, one of the top two. One of the top two. You know what though?
I'll tell you what. Not a lot of guys. If you go, what's your favorite part of a woman's body? I don't know how. If a man goes vagina, arrest that man.
That would actually be creepy. It's like whenever guys are like, I love eating out a woman. I'm like, ooh, yucky. Why?
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm like, you get something. Get a new hobby.
I like a vagina.
Everyone should. If you,
I like
what you like
looking at it, but when I see a woman walk down the street, I'm not like, oh, look at that. But look at her snapper.
Okay, because snapper is much worse.
Yeah.
Saying snapper, it is cold here. Are you wiping snow because it's freezing in here?
No,
It is quite cold.
No, I just had a little
a little itch. You're not allowed to itch on my podcast, or I will call it out.
I think I had. I'm a hairy man. I got long nose hairs, and
you're not trimming.
And I think I need to jam one back up there.
Jefferson just got a trimmer. He zips it up. He puts it in there.
That's good.
You got to zip it up.
You got to zip it up.
You gotta zip it in. I'm tweezing.
Look, I have a trimmer. I tweeze. I pluck.
You're going to Japan in 24 hours.
You want to hear me talk about plucking my nose hairs?
Well, I'm kind of past that. That's why I asked for the
yeah.
Well, you just came in on the phone with Delta, and Alex and I were discussing our plane situations here.
So I'm dyslexic, and I'm also like it's hard to know where dyslexic begins and just being a huge dumbass begins. It's like a real gray zone. Sometimes it's a bit of both.
So now you can't talk. Sometimes a bit of both.
I just start peeing myself. Don't look down now. You're gonna crop that out, right?
It's cropped.
Okay.
Yeah,
So anyway, I'm going with a bunch of comedian friends to Japan.
Yes.
We're doing
just a fun trip.
We're doing one show, but it's a fun trip.
Okay.
And we have an Airbnb, and we're all flying out on the same flight. Mm-hmm. And then on the group chat today, one of them was like, Shane Torres was like, "All right, what time y'all going to the airport tomorrow?" And I was like, "It's Thursday, dumbass." And he's like, "No, it's not." And then anyway, I booked a flight on the wrong date.
And you also said that you chose this date.
I was like, guys, we should fly it on this date. And I just booked it on the wrong, because you land on a different day than you fly out. And I got all turned around.
It is confusing booking the flights.
You're
flying on this day and you're coming back. There's too many dates. There's too many times.
I was able to change it.
Because you're with Delta, a normal airline that allows you to change your fucking flight.
Yes, I did blame it on the wildfires.
Oh, wow.
I slipped the word wildfire in the call 3 or 4 times.
You have nothing to do with the wildfire.
Nothing to do.
No.
Honest to God, I've been here for 24 hours in LA from New York, and I would not, if I wasn't watching the news, I would have no idea. I drove from LAX in an Uber to the east side of LA and then came here today.
Because we're the lucky ones now, because where this wind is gone, it's blowing all the smoke out.
And
so
you're sure it's not like a liberal conspiracy?
Yeah, I'm sure. I was here on Wednesday when there was a black cloud on top of my fucking house, and I started coughing and I had a serious headache.
I'm really
sorry.
fucked up. Super scary.
Don't be sorry for me. I'm fine. It's people who have
we were supposed to do a show
their fucking homes.
We canceled it.
Yeah. Ron Joss will try to get me to do some show next week. Some like benefit show in the lab at the Improv, which is insulting. If you're gonna do a benefit show.
Yeah.
Let's not do it in the lab. The lab is the worst room on the planet Earth.
Do you know what's going to help these people whose mansions burnt down? $80.
Not even that. The comedian might leave and drive into the sea after, because the way they feel in which after this show. Because that is it's not only just mansions.
I know it's not.
Altadena, there's a lot of people out there that have lost their homes that are very
I know.
not well off. It's very fucked up. It's very sick. It's very sad. I feel like people leaving their fucking dogs. I was like really irate. I got trolled. During an active fire. Do you know how insane that is?
What do you mean you got trolled?
I posted a video because the Pasadena animal shelter made this post being like, "Hey guys, take your fucking animals with you." People, I guess, were in a rush and choosing articles over animals.
No.
And then people were finding dogs on the street, burning and like open sores and shit, and taking them to the animal shelter. So I freaked the fuck out. Obviously, there's situations where like you were evacuated and you weren't allowed to go back. All this fucking crazy shit. Even though if you thought a policeman would stop me from getting my golden retriever out of a burning house, you got another fucking thing coming. I would burn my whole fucking body to get Susan out of a goddamn burning building. There's nothing that would stop me. Anyways, so I posted this story about how people are leaving their animals. That's fucked up. This one woman in the arts, bugged me when it's a woman in the arts, comes at me saying, "You're not even fucking here. You don't know what's happening." I'm like, bitch, I was there. I got the fuck out on Wednesday when the smoke was like making my dog cough. Fuck you. Another man said I was tone deaf. And I was like, you guys both left your pets and now you're yelling at me.
Yeah.
Sorry, you fucked up. You left your animal because you're a fucking selfish piece of shit. And now I'm like, also maybe donate to something. Don't be. You're not. They're both not even following me. They define my page, watch my story, and go, "You fucking bitch, you stupid." I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, and they live in Oklahoma, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
like it's like
yeah. Just trolling during an active fire is bizarre.
Bizarre.
A lot of things you can be doing to help here.
Yeah.
Have you been to Japan?
I've never been to Japan. I'm excited. Hope I get there. Anyway, I
Good toilets.
changed my flight, and I'm 6'4", and I haven't got the upgrade yet. So might have been.
I love the way that this is what you're complaining. Like, people have no homes. You're like, I tried to change my flight. I'm 6'4", and now my knees are gonna hurt.
They're gonna hurt.
How long is the flight?
11 hours.
It's a long flight.
Yeah,
It's a long flight.
it's not a full brush fire, but
It's a long flight.
It's a long flight.
So wait, you've never been. What are you excited to see? My friend lived there for 3-4 years. Loved it. Mm-hmm. Said it was squeaky clean. The
Yeah.
toilets are the main thing I want to see. Going
yeah,
there.
I'll take pictures.
They've really mastered hygiene out there in Japan. Squeaky clean. The toilet's self-cleaning.
Yeah.
The lids are self-cleaning. There's no pee-pee on the seat.
Yeah.
There's no poo-poo on the sides. Fresh, clean.
I don't like when there's poo-poo on the sides.
Poo-poo on the sides is bad. Do you clean poo-poo off the sides? Like your own house?
If I'm standing and peeing, I try and shoot it off.
Okay. I feel like
See how
most
strong
of
my
it-
pressure is.
Yeah. Is
I
it
still
coming
got
off?
it.
Is
Oh,
it
I still
coming
got
off?
it. Oh, I still got it. Both ends. I make it.
And then you
I make the mess, and I
clean the mess up.
Yeah, that's right.
You make it and you clean it up.
All my tubes are tight.
Is this supposed to be a brag? Hey, single ladies, big stream on the guy. Big, heavy, thick stream on the man. On the man. Have you always worn a chain? Or are you a chain guy? This is new.
It's I would say it's about a year old.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
think you were a chain boy.
Well, it's a new me. I'm single again, back out there trying to trick slightly younger women.
Wait, what do you mean slightly younger? What are you talking about,
13, 14.
Graham?
What?
Graham, I will stop this podcast right now. How old are you? You're 40.
42, 43.
So how young are we talking here?
Oh, like 33, 36.
Okay, yes, there we go. Don't be stupid. Don't be saying young on this podcast.
I said slightly younger.
Okay, well that's fine. I
I didn't say younger.
I need to hear,
I said slightly younger.
need to hear the exact. That's not that bad. Okay, yeah. I think does that
I
age
definitely
group like?
couched it with slightly. I'm not gonna go try to trick these young ladies, young girls. And I said,
Girl,
I think
yeah,
I said ladies. I did not say girls.
No, if you said girls, I'd kick you out of my house.
I'm not gonna say
You're
young
wait
girls
the
on
stoop
here.
for people to come pick you
I
up.
can't. I'm gonna do a little humble brag here, but I was at this. Has never happened to me in my entire life. It's something I've always wished would happen in my life. I was at a bar. 3 attractive women in their early 20s hit on me and then asked me to go to a club next door, and I was like, "Oh, I'm with them, maybe." And they were like, "You should definitely come," and I just couldn't imagine
You walking
speaking
to
to them for like the next 5 hours. And all my friends, I looked over my shoulder, all my friends were laughing and like goofing off. And then I was like, the amount of work and the amount of time, and then they're going to find out I'm like 43.
and be grossed out.
And then, but even if they like it, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the amount
yeah.
of work it was going to take for me to
Well-
be, and just, I can't talk to someone who's 23 for
yes.
for longer than 20 minutes.
This is my whole thing with Anthony Kiedis, D'Elia, all these fucking perverts. What the fuck are you saying to these people?
Yeah.
What do you? There was literally a 21-year-old at the Laugh Factory last week in the front
Yeah.
row.
They were nice. These
Sure, they're nice,
Yeah.
but I have nothing in. I couldn't even do a crowd work with the
Yeah.
guy. I'm like, I hate this guy. I was
Yeah.
annoyed by him.
Yeah.
He hated me. I'm like, we do not have the same. You're not going to like this. This is not for you. Bizarre. It's sickness.
yeah.
It's sick.
Half your age plus 7, and even that, it's like,
Jefferson's 2 years younger, and it's nice.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
still
yeah.
feel I'm a little oldie. Ooh, 2 years older.
still got it.
I still got it. I still got a young boy.
Yeah.
So you're okay. You're
Last girl I
sick-
dated
what-
was 10 years younger. It was fine.
who are you just dating?
But I'm also like, I'm an immature comedian. She was like a 32-year-old woman.
Remember
So who
that
cares?
one girlfriend that you had that I really disliked?
Yes.
You dated this one girl. And I'm just going to, you know what? If she hears this, I don't give a shit. She never will. When you don't pet a golden retriever, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Something's off.
Yeah.
We went out for brunch.
Yeah.
Susan was right there, being
Yeah.
a sweet, precious angel. Outside Millie's, outside,
Yeah.
they love me there. I give
Yeah.
the guy their hand job one time, so
That's
we get
right.
good service.
Yes, that's right.
Get great service at Millie's. I gotta stop going back there. That was bizarre. I was in a bad place. I moved out here. That was so long ago.
Sure, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, give a guy a hand job and then drove back from Pasadena and cried. Anyways,
Yeah.
I go back there.
You
frequently
gotta,
a
you
lot.
gotta get over the hump.
You gotta go over the hump.
Yeah.
We're sitting there. Susan's right there. You're loving Susan, petting her.
Susan's great.
Didn't touch her once. Didn't even look her in
When
the
you
eyes.
when you have an opportunity to pet a dog, like I don't live with a dog. I want to pet a dog all day, every day.
An English cream golden retriever, who's a little precious peach.
Okay.
Everyone who sees my dog loves her. Strangers. The vet at the other day. Oh, speaking of my dog. Speaking of Steph Infection, my dog right now has a Staph infection. Anyways, my whole life is a disease. The vet got on the ground and lied down with the dog.
Oh wow.
She was like, she's so beautiful. Poor baby has a skin infection. Massaging her ears, and I'm like, and then your girlfriend at the time, I was going on about how much stuff, Susan. Just do a little this, on the head.
Yeah.
Nothing. Ignored
Yeah.
her. I'm like, I don't trust her. I don't trust.
They're ultimately.
Was she allergic?
I don't think so. No.
Then there's no excuse.
No.
No excuse. Pet the dog.
Yeah.
Upset me.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, look.
Look, you guys ended fine, and I never. Everything else about her, perfectly fine and normal. You don't pet a dog, something's off.
I could have used a little. You could have slipped me a note, maybe.
I kept going, why aren't you petting the dog? I said it like 3 times. I kept saying it. I was like, she's right there. You don't have to give her any food. She wants the attention. Mm-hmm. I'm sure, but in my ex, everybody, fucking Pavi and Mike Albanese immediately hated him because he was a disgusting blob. They went to get fucking tacos. He's like, can you get me a burrito? I have no money. And they were like, what?
Who is this guy?
This disgusting pig. My ex, I don't even think you met him.
You got a
He
real
was-
upgrade.
Oh, I got
guy's
a
hot.
major. He's so hot.
Yeah.
It's psychotic.
Jefferson, nice guy too.
I know.
I had a nice chit chat with him at the wedding.
He's in the other room sleeping right now.
Yeah. All right.
He's a hot man. I've really upgraded, and I got to stop acting crazy, or he's going to leave me because I'm psycho.
You're a sweetheart.
I am nice, but I'm cuckoo. Are you crazy?
Yeah, but I'm less. I'm not. You're a different kind of crazy. You're like I'm like.
Just to yourself, crazy. Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking out the window thinking about my past. Oh no!
Oh no!
What have I done?
Okay, wait. What body stuff do you have? You got some body stuff going? Some new body stuff?
Like shame stuff?
Not shame. Like it's the body podcast. Hello, look around. You're in a doctor's office here.
Oh yeah.
Tell me. What, last time you
Steph
did your bike
Infection.
accident.
Oh, bike accident.
The bike that the bike that.
Almost everyone died on it. I almost.
And I told the worst part was that I gave it to John for free,
Yeah.
but you made me pay for it. I never got injured though. I bought it off you for like $60.
It was
a nice bike though. It was
$500
actually a
bike.
nice-
I gave.
yeah, yeah.
I biked for 2 years. I gave it to you for $60.
yeah,
It wasn't the worst deal.
No, it was actually a good deal. I love that bike.
I will say this: at the time, I really needed the $60. I was like in a bad place.
The handles were so sticky. What was that?
It was just the material. Also,
something was going on there.
Also, I was
jizzing all
I was giving waiters hand jobs in Pasadena. I was biking over the hill to Pasadena, wasn't
That's
I?
a long bike.
Yeah,
That's a long
Well,
bike.
It was a tough bike ride back. I was tired.
Yeah, your hands were stiff.
Yeah.
Very stiff.
Good thing I didn't use my legs, but that's an Altadena thing.
That's an old thing. Yeah.
But anyway,
No medical stuff.
medical stuff. There's always medical stuff with me.
Okay.
I'm always tired. I think I have cancer, and I go to my doctor, and she's Irish, and she goes, this is my childhood doctor. I go back when I'm in Ottawa.
Yes.
And she's from Ireland, and I go, I think I have cancer. She goes, why do you think you have cancer? I'm like, I'm always tired. And she goes, are you losing weight? And I go, no, I'm gaining a little weight. She goes, people who gain weight don't have cancer.
Very matter of fact.
I was like, well, it's good. I'm gonna keep eating these hoagies.
You eat
Staving off
hoagies?
this cancer.
Wow.
Keep crushing these brewskis.
You're not working out?
I'm working out a little bit.
Okay.
It's hard. I'm sucking in pretty hard right now.
It's like, you look fine.
Oh, I'm suck.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're going to get an ab from sucking in right now.
If I bend over right now in these jeans,
It's
I
over.
will be cut in half.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm
But
sucking
men
in.
can have a gut.
I'm sucking in, and I need to get back at it. It was supposed to be like a sober January, let's get ripped kind of situation.
And then
But then I'm going to. But then all the news about
the news, and you can't be going to Japan
going to
on
Japan.
a diet.
I'm not going
You
to
can't be going
No.
to somewhere you've never been
No.
with all this cool food, and like I'm sure they have insane cocktail bars and like crazy
I'm
stuff.
going with
like
a fun group.
no, you're not going to be
go-
that guy on a diet. Stupid.
I'm going with a bunch of comics and like
Mm-hmm.
people who can party but aren't like like angry alcoholics.
Yeah.
It's like the most fun.
Yeah.
You know?
You're not doing that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get right back at it.
Get right back at it.
Right back at. Oh, I had hip surgery since last time.
Oh, well then
Yeah.
this is what we need to talk about.
That's right.
Oh my God! You have to tell the whole story. It's not funny how you're supposed to do the biggest show of your life, and then your hip surgery came up.
Oh, that was when I broke my ankle.
Oh, that was ankle.
Yeah.
I thought that was when your hip surgery was
No,
happening.
I break a lot of stuff. I'm an elite athlete, and
Yeah. He's a lead athlete sucking in. That's his sport. Sucking in the best. So okay, this was 2 summers ago?
so 2 years ago. No, this is when I broke my ankle was 2019. That specific, I was playing basketball with comedians,
Yes.
and
Real high intensity.
some people don't know how to think about like you shouldn't play sports with people who don't know how to play them.
Yes.
I jumped up in the air and some goof jumped underneath me and I snapped my ankle. I was supposed
Bad snap?
to Yeah.
Okay.
I broke it.
Okay.
And then I had to go to 4 days later, I had to do a TV show, pardon me. TV show. I just start puking.
I was like, that didn't look like a burp. That was a barf.
No, it's a LaCroix.
Okay.
But anyway, so I'm supposed to fly to LA from New York to do a show on NBC called Bring the Funny. And it was like an America's Got Talent, but just for comedians.
Yes.
And it was like sketch comedy. What made it different than the Last Comic Standing was it was like sketch comedy versus stand-up.
Okay.
So it was like, who's the funniest?
Yes.
And it had judges, and the judges were Chrissy Teigen, Jeff Foxworthy, and the dude from SNL. I'm having a brain fart. The black dude who's been there for 30 years, 20 years. Keenan Thompson.
Thompson, yeah.
And so those are the three judges, and I just broke my leg. And it's like honestly like a big break for me. So at the time, I didn't want to like tell them because I was
Yeah.
afraid they were going to not let me go. So I only told the producers the day before my flight so they couldn't replace me.
Okay.
And then they're like, okay. And I was like, okay, because I knew I had jokes about when I broke my arms.
Yes.
So I was going to use those broken arm jokes for that.
Good switch up.
And they were like, you can't do it because it's already been pre-approved, all the jokes. So I had to do jokes about like my small apartment.
Well,
and
you
I
had-
walk out there with crutches. I just followed a sketch troupe called the Mole Men, dressed like moles. And then I come out, and you don't know if it's going to be stand-up or sketch next. So they assume there's this, I'm about to do sketch because I've got these crutches.
Yeah, like you're gonna throw them and just do like a big somersault.
Yeah.
You go, kidding.
And it takes me about I assume 3 hours, it felt like, to walk from the curtain to the...
Yes.
And I'm just... And then I sit down and then do not address it.
Nothing is said.
Nothing.
You just
I
go,
do not
"Hello."
address the crutches because I'm not allowed to. And nobody laughs because it's like a bunch of LA models who are paid to be in the audience.
Yeah. Anytime there's a paid extra
Yeah.
as an audience member,
Yeah.
there's zero laughter.
I look and everyone's got tweezed eyebrows and like the whole audience looks like. And then
you
during my
bombed.
set, I look and I see Chrissy Teigen and Keenan talking to each other and looking at their phones. I'm
Oh
like, well,
my
what the hell?
God.
Jeff Foxworthy goes, he goes, I thought that was really funny. That you're a really good stand-up. I thought those were really well constructed jokes. And I'm like, all right, this might be all right after all. Chrissy Teigen goes, I've heard those jokes before, and Keenan and I were, we think we've heard them from somebody else before. And I go, oh, from who? And they go, we don't know. We were trying to look on our phone. We couldn't find it. I still don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
And then you have to hobble
And I
off.
go, And then that night I was so angry. I was dating somebody in LA, and and they were like it was sort of like a half long distance thing, and so we were like hanging out, and I was so bummed out and depressed. I got super drunk and fell over on my crutches into a fire.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, it was like the hotel in the valley had like some outdoor
Oh yeah, a fire pit.
fire
thing.
pit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, yeah. It's just
And you're hard to pick up.
it's a bad guy to fall in a
Yeah,
fire.
you're not sucking it anymore.
No.
You're gut out.
No,
you're in the
everything's
fire.
out. Crutches out. Yeah.
Okay.
Cast on fire.
I don't mean that story. I mean that when you were supposed to open for Nate Bargatze in Toronto, and then didn't you have your hip surgery then?
Oh yeah, another time.
What the hell? This is the story that I meant.
Yeah.
Where you're supposed to open. So it was supposed to be the Air Canada Center.
You're right.
This is the, this
Sorry.
is the big story. How do I know your story is more than you?
I try and block out all my many tragedies. So
what's the when did this hip surgery start? That's why also you're like, I don't know, I have nose hairs. I'm like, you had hip surgery.
Oh yeah. Painful hip surgery. I was bedridden for 2 months. So
Also, I just met Nate Bargatze at a Golden Globes party. My gosh, he was nice.
he's the nicest guy.
I literally just saw him and he goes, Steph Tolev. And I go, oh, he goes, come here. And I'm like, okay.
He's a fan.
He's like, nice. Yeah, he's like, nice to meet you. I see you on the internet. I was like, what? So nice.
Yeah.
Then he had to go to another party. I was like, what a nice man.
He's good.
What a
He's
nice,
a really
sweet man.
He's a good dude.
Yes.
He's a good dude. Yeah. So yeah, I opened for Nate Bargatze, and he's starting to do like full blown arenas.
Oh, yeah.
Like 18,000 people. We're doing NBA basketball arenas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been with him since we were doing 300 people, and now we're doing like
Big
huge.
ones.
And so I was supposed to get hip surgery, and then a bunch of personal stuff happened. I had a breakup, and blah 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 blah. Some other people in my family were sick. Anyway, and then I got it rescheduled, and then the hospital called me and was like, the surgery table's broken. So
What?
they postponed for like another 6. I don't know.
There's only one surgery table?
And this is like
Where
this
is
is
this?
Mount Sinai Hospital
In Canada?
in Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Yeah,
The surgery table is
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah.
This seems like you're getting pranked at this point. Wait, but why were you getting this hip surgery to begin with?
Anyway, so I'm an elite athlete, and I was a hockey goalie growing up, and I played football, and just like messed up my hip. And in my
Years
20s, it was okay. It was annoying, but it would, I would tweak it, but it would be fine after a while. 30s, a little worse. 40s, tweaked it playing a lot. I think I play a lot of outdoor basketball in the pandemic, and I just ground it to a pulp.
Just the bones.
Yeah,
Just
I had
quick.
nothing to do, so I was just like no comedy. I was just like playing basketball all the time, and so you can do a hip surgery or hip replacement where they do with old people, where they cut off the top of your femur and stick in a plastic one, and that's actually a quick recovery. That's what your grandma gets. That's what everyone gets, and that's what Bo Jackson got. Like athlete, but you can't do. It's hard. You can't really jog. You're not supposed to do like sports.
Okay.
You can swim and walk, and but the main thing is it lasts 20 years.
Okay.
But because it's fine when you're 70 or 80, because it's like, oh,
You're not doing hardcore running.
and in 20 years you'll be 105. Who cares?
Yeah.
So for me, I'd have to get like another surgery. So instead of cutting off the top of the femur, they reshaped it, got in there, shaved it down, and they sewed back together like my labrum, which is like a tendon, not my labia. That's been gone for years. But the problem with that is it's like a 2-month recovery. Okay. So this is a year ago, basically today, I was like lying in bed.
Can't move.
You
can you get up to pee or poo?
I can get up to pee and poo, but it's hard. I had a little
Can
thing.
you sit or not really? It's just like stand and shit. Like,
I had to get a raised toilet because bending the knee, sitting down is the bending of your knee.
Okay.
So I had to like
hover. Okay.
hover,
Yeah.
So I had like a raised toilet, and it was painful, more painful than it normally is, and then I was single at that point, and so still am. And then
None of my fans.
someone loved me. But then my dad had to come
And
My
help you?
75-year-old dad came to like take me home from the hospital, come from like Ottawa. Here's the thing. He's 75. I was helping him. He picks me up from the hospital. I'm high,
Oh yeah, you're fucked up.
and I'm in a wheelchair, and he's like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, I'll order pizza. And I get an Uber XL so I can sit in the front
Yeah,
and I have to
relax.
lie
Yeah,
down
yeah,
basically in
yeah,
the front.
yeah.
And I order pizza, and then we have to go around the corner from the hospital and pick. The nurse was like, you need these drugs to get through the night. You're going to be in a lot of pain. And my dad's like, okay. And so we do 2 stops on the Uber. We pull over, and I go, Dad, go in there. And I clear it with the nurse in the hospital. I go, I don't have to go in, right? She's like, no, it's under your name. It's already called in. They're expecting you. I go, Dad, can you go in there and get the medication? And there's blood coming out of my leg. Like I'm wearing like sweatpants and it's getting red.
Yeah.
And
You need to be lying down.
I need to be lying down. and he goes, okay. Then he goes in. I'm just talking to the Uber driver. I'm like, he'll be out there any second. It's like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes.
My God.
And the Uber driver, it's not a cab. He's not, the meter's not
Yeah,
going up.
yeah.
He's
He's like-
losing money.
yeah.
And so I call my dad, and my dad goes, hello? I go, Dad. He goes, yep. What? And I go, where's the medication? He goes, they couldn't get the painkillers, just the anti-inflammatories, so waiting on that. But they said you have to come back the next day for the painkiller.
Can't come back. You can't walk.
I go, Dad, I'm coming in there. And now I go, all right, buddy, see you later.
Tell the Uber driver to go.
I tell him to go. And I have to cross a bike lane. There's blood coming down my leg. I got crutches. And
Shouldn't be moving.
I'm high.
Should not be moving.
I'm on like heroin. And I like walk through the door and I walk to the front and I go, give me the drugs. And they go, oh, here they are. And I'm Dad. I go, Dad. My dad goes, we're going to have to wait an hour. So I told him just to hold off. We'll come back tomorrow. And I go, we're waiting an hour. I need these drugs to get through the night.
Yes.
I'm thinking about the pain that's going to happen at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I go, Dad, we're going to get a Cliff Bar and we're going to wait an hour is what we're going to do. And he goes, okay. And anyway,
Also, waiting an hour, you're bleeding.
I'm bleeding. And anyway, they give me the things. They give me the drugs. We don't even wait an hour. We go home. I'm worried now, but the pizza's already on its way. So I'm worried that we're going to miss the pizza because of all this. We show up. Luckily, I order a second Uber. We show up right when the pizza's arriving at my
Okay.
house. My dad gets out of the van and he goes, ooh, pizza. And he grabs the pizza and he's standing, and he walks to the top of the, of the like stoop. And he's just holding the pizza waiting by my door. I walk out by myself with the crutches. The pizza man, the 5'4" cool Mexican dude is like, what the hell? And he walks up and he helps me up the steps. And my dad's holding the pizza.
Your dad just came from Ottawa just for the pizza. It
Yeah.
sounds like your dad just came all the way.
Ooh, pizza.
That's so. So did he help you like get sorted upstairs?
He was good, but it was mainly him being like, how do I make coffee? I'm like, how you make it in Canada.
The same way.
The same way.
Yeah, you simply make it as the same way you make it anywhere, really.
You know when you're traveling and you just can't do stuff that you can do that's the same? You're out of sorts, kind of? Like,
Yeah, and I think
was
when
like-
you're that age too, just everything
Yeah.
comes a little out of sorts.
I remember I go, can you boil the water? You got to boil the water. And he goes, how? And I go, you use the kettle. And he picks up the kettle and he shows it to me. And I go, yep,
That's
that's the kettle. It's kettle,
that
all right.
is the kettle.
That's the kettle.
That is in fact the kettle. It is crazy. The older my dad right now has gone so insane cheap wise
Mm-hmm.
that we're not allowed to use a dryer anymore.
Yeah.
So every article of clothing must be hung.
Oh, man.
Crispy undies, crispy socks when I'm home. It's cold in Canada.
Yeah.
Hot water timer on when I come home because I use too much hot water. It's expensive.
Was he going through tough times?
Nope. I fucking freeze my little tits
Why?
off when I'm in because it's too much money for the hot water to be on. So I have like all day long. There's maybe like 20 minutes for hot water. So all three of us at the shower within that time frame.
Give him a $5 bill and be like, "Here's the hot water."
I offered to pay.
Yeah.
I offer for the dry. I use the dry when he's not there, and then or I'll put too much in the wash, and I'll go, "What's this?"
It's
Full.
like they go crazy. They want control. They're losing control of everything
over nothing.
And they're like, I could control this. Maybe.
I'm like the dry. I'm like, let me a sock,
yeah.
underwear,
No.
crisp,
Hard. Yeah.
bad,
Ugh.
not good. I can't
No,
be.
no,
How
no.
long do you go home for now?
Oh my God. So I just finished a gig in Canada. I did Rumors. It's a week-long gig in Winnipeg.
It's long.
It
right
en-
now?
In December.
Wow.
It ended on the 22nd of December, and then I
Okay.
have to be home on the 24th. So it didn't make sense for me to fly back to New York.
No, so you flew right
So
home.
I flew right there, and then Yuck Yucks in Ottawa booked me for New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And then the following weekend, which is like 3 days after that. So I was like, so I was there for 2 weeks.
That's too long.
I'll tell you what, I was there for 2 weeks. I visited home for 2 weeks, and the last 13 days were pretty tough.
I do a week now. I can't do longer than a week. And because my sister's baby, I just go to her house and hang out with the baby all day.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's too much.
There's something about like you after day 2, you become 17.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
fuck you, mom and dad.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. I'm closing my door. I have my headphones on. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't talk to them anymore.
Yeah.
What is that?
And it's not like they're wrong. I'm kind of wrong half the time, but I lose my shit.
I lose my
I
fucking
start
mind.
going, Mom. I had like 4 other O's. Where do those O's come from?
I go, I'm on the phone.
Yeah,
Leave me alone.
yeah, it's
It's
so rude.
great. It's so rude. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Yeah.
I just get so irritated.
Yes.
It's the way my parents eat.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yes.
What are they? My mom only eats yogurt and granola and blueberries, and she's like, this is all I eat. I'm losing weight." I'm like, "You've gained 40 pounds.
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
to get
It's a lot of
nutrition.
sugar.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of sugar."
Yeah.
And my dad, we had the biggest argument because I made them like a nice healthy bowl. I make like quinoa, sweet potatoes, roasted Brussels sprouts,
No.
whole thing. Big ordeal making this. A
No.
mess everywhere. What the hell is all this for? Waste. Annoyed. And I'm like, I'm using like, I'm like, do you have something other than oil?
Yeah.
Because I'm on a diet, I'm trying to use too much olive oil. What's wrong with olive oil? It's good for your blood. I'm like, well, it's actually really high in calories. No, it's not. And I'm like, well, I have like my Fitness Pal. So if I plug in one
Yeah.
tablespoon of olive oil,
Yeah.
it's half my calories for the day. It's too much calories.
Yeah.
He goes, watch this. Opens a thing of olive oil, pours a huge thing on a spoon, goes, see, healthy. I'm like, you just are now, to prove a point, you're having spoonfuls of olive oil in front of me? This is bizarre behavior. Very strange. I don't understand what the purpose of that was. I'm like, you're going to have like the highest cholesterol out of anybody on the planet.
See?
See? I'm like, stop. Please stop.
How's that proving anything?
I don't know what it proved. It's good for you. I'm like, no, it's not actually.
See, I'm still standing. He thinks he's gonna have a heart attack right away. That's
After
how
he has
cholesterol
12
works.
eggs a day.
Yeah.
He has so many eggs.
Oh,
It's
you-
insane.
I've heard this
Remember
about
that
your dad.
joke? I used to do a joke about
Yeah.
it. It's not a joke.
12 eggs a day.
I swear to God, his omelet consists of 12 eggs. It's bizarre.
That's just a lot
a
of food.
It's a carton of eggs.
Yeah.
It's simply a carton of eggs.
Yeah.
It's too many eggs. I can't be. Wait, I want to talk about last time you were here, you were doing a one-man show. What's going on with that?
I was doing a women's show. So I went to Edinburgh to do. It's a big fringe festival. I went for all of August.
Too long.
Yeah. And 50 degrees there the whole time. So it's like 10 degrees Celsius there the whole time in August. They're like,
Wet.
isn't it nice? It's not even, I don't know what that was either.
I was like, that is not a Scottish accent. It's wet, it's damp, it's cold. You're there for too
Scotland.
long.
It's nice.
Too many fucking shows there. It's too many.
Yeah. Yeah. And I did 26 shows. But anyway, it's good. I got like 3 5-star reviews.
Oh, good.
I got 1 3-star review because they said it started late because the people before me started late. And I was like, I'm going to find out where this reviewer is and drag them out onto the street in front of their family and shoot them in the head.
And
And that is not a joke. That is a real threat.
Allison and I,
Mm-hmm.
I will. It's still on there. There's a lady stash review from this husband and wife named Ruth and Chris, not the steakhouse, just 2 people. They fucking reviewed Allison and I. They used to review DVDs. They have no say in reviewing. They have no clout in the theater game. Never seen a show. Came and watched Allison and I. Hated me. That one woman, disgusting to watch. The other one was okay to look at, but that one, horrific. The whole review is how disgusted they were by me. I'm like, what is this? It knocked our fucking thing down. You get 1, it was like a 2-star review. We got 1, 2, and the rest 5s. I'm like, fuck you. Don't come.
Oh my God.
So wait, explain your show. What your show is?
Oh yeah, thank you. Sorry, I'm like really bad at this. So I have a show called Pete and Me. My brother is profoundly autistic, and it is the only show, to my knowledge, about what it's like to be a sibling of somebody with a disability, like growing up. He's my only sibling. I have to take care of him. I'm gonna have to take care of him when I'm older, when my parents are older, when they, pass, like go to a home, or I like.
Because he still lives with your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Has he ever lived on his own?
He lives on his own now. He doesn't live with my parents. He lives on his own.
Okay.
He lives in semi-assisted living. He lives close to my parents. My parents found him a place. I found this out last Christmas. They told me last Christmas that they used my inheritance to buy him a condo.
Amy, come on, get the guy a condo.
Yeah, but it's better than the
Is
alternative.
it super clean? I feel like
it's very clean.
Yes.
I mean, the guy can't dust, but everything is in order. If you move one of his figurines, so I buy him. I made the mistake of going to a garage sale one day, pardon me, and buying vintage Star Wars figurine from the 90s, but it came in its original box.
Okay.
The Millennium Falcon. I saw a spaceship, and on the box, the back of the box, it has other toys that you can buy. He does not understand how time works. He doesn't understand that it's the 90s. He thinks that these are toys you can buy now, and you can't explain to him because he doesn't understand time.
Okay. So you're
He goes, I want that. So I have to go on eBay and buy these like very expensive vintage things every Christmas, every birthday. I buy these.
How much?
And they're always in the original packaging. That some nerd has kept them, saved them. His whole life for 30 years, and then I buy them for a lot of money because they're in the original packaging.
What are we talking? How much is one?
Like between $30 and $50.
Okay,
they add up, but he wants like $5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but initially, what they were like $8, probably. Like
yeah.
Okay,
and so then he gets them and immediately rips it open and starts playing with them. I'm like every year I'm like, all right.
Yeah, they are.
There they are.
Well, I mean, you should be playing with them.
Yes, you should.
Well, keeping them in the package is bizarre.
Yes,
Get them out, muck around with them, move them around, and have a little play.
No, it's good. So what I'm saying is like he's very orderly. If you move one guy's arm from here to here, he's like, who's in my room? And he's got like hundreds, like 50, 60.
Oh, wow. Hundreds, 50 or 60.
I
mean, who's the autistic one here? You can't count.
Hundreds, 50, 60.
Can I ask something? Is he nice?
He's really nice.
Because there's somebody, there's a comedian that's basing their whole personality on being autistic and a bitch. And it's really irritating me because every autistic person I have met has been beyond nice and kind and friendly.
Yeah.
And I feel like this person's, given a bad name to autistic people because it's not true.
Well, I will say that there needs to be, first I'll say if you've met one autistic person, you've only met one, they're all different.
Yes.
I will also say that there needs to be two different names for what that person has and what my brother has. Mm-hmm. There used to be Asperger's. She would say that she would have Asperger's like 10 years ago. She would probably describe herself, but they found out that Dr. Asperger, they did some research in the 1930s, was a huge Nazi. So now everyone's back over with autism.
Back off the Asperger's.
Yes.
Okay.
So this person could probably has a mild form of autism, but they are also an asshole.
Yes. That's where I'm at here.
Yes.
And I'm all for, I would love to help if there's something I could do, but the way in which you keep blaming, just bluntly being like, you're a stupid bitch to me, and then being like, oh, sorry, I'm autistic. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I've never been treated like this by anybody.
Yes.
Bizarre behavior.
Yeah, you can teach. Like my brother can't count, but we taught him how to live on his own. Autistic people can learn things. Mm-hmm. You can be, there are ways to mask having traits that make you into that neurotypical people would think are asshole presenting.
Yes.
Meaning like if you are very like curt and you don't look at people in the eyes and you go, no, and you walk away because you're, sensory overload or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are kind, who have autism, especially women, they learn how to look in the eyes even though they don't want to. Maybe I should do. People like it when I look in. Like my brother will go, people like it when I look in the eyes, so I'll give them like one on purpose.
Yeah, okay.
It's like way too intense to be like.
You're like,
but he knows that that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
Because he wants to be nice. Because he is nice.
Yes.
And and I don't want to throw this person. I don't know what this person's deal is you're talking about, but like, I think that you can have autism and also be an asshole.
Yes. That's what that's also
Yes.
what I think. Yes. It's just, I feel like, if you're going to talk openly about something like that and then, just.
You're throwing other people under the bus.
Yes. And then you're acting like that because you're autistic, that's why you're a bitch. But
Yeah.
it's like, no, you're also,
Yeah.
you in fact are just a bitch.
I realized that I talked too much and I never told the end story of like the Nate Bargatze arena thing.
Yeah. I interrupted. Okay. Yes. Finish that. What time is it? We got a couple minutes here. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be quick. So
No, I also, my battery's dying on my camera.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
why
anyway,
I'm like, okay.
so I we started to do arenas, and I'm really excited. I got now the surgery's been postponed, so I have to do it on January, and then I find out that on like 3 weeks later, I still won't be able to walk, or like 2 weeks later, I would have opened up for him in Toronto, like my home comedy city.
Yeah. You're home, and you love the Raptors. That's where they play.
I love the Raptors
Yeah.
at the ACC.
Yeah.
I would have gone to the Raptor. Like Nate did a thing on his podcast. He was like, it was crazy. It was like we designed this trip for Graham. We were going to do his home comedy city, perform where the Raptors play, where the Leafs play. I mean, and then then we went to the Raptors practice facility. We met everyone, and we got jerseys.
He got you. Didn't he?
We
get
played
you coat?
hockey. Yeah, he got me a jacket. I mean, we played went on ice and played hockey and stuff. No, half of them are like they're all from the South. They're like, oh my god, look at the entire nation. There's ice. So they're all like
And you're
wearing
like,
sneakers on the ice.
You're like, I would have brought my skates.
Yeah, Gary Veter's there. He's the only guy who can skate because he's from Jersey, and they're like watching him like he's magic. I'm like, you could. Oh my god, I could have
Did
shown
you cry? I would have cried.
I think a little bit, maybe.
Because
I mean,
that's like when you're sitting there being like, this was for me. This is a big ordeal.
yeah. And Jimmy Fallon came. And so Jimmy Fallon was on the bus with us. This is a guy I watched when I was a kid on SNL. I was going to be sharing a bunk bed with Jimmy Fallon on the tour bus. I mean, I've met Jimmy. I've done the Tonight Show. No big deal.
I
But
was like, I was like, you did a great set. Go watch it.
But thank you. But yeah, so it was just like one of those things. It's like, and then it just the main thing was like performing where like all these people who like in your head you're like they doubted me. Even like the people
Yeah,
I used to
yeah.
work in restaurants in Toronto.
Yeah.
And now I'm at the ACC, like
Yeah.
18,000 people.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
18,000. It's like
It is. Yeah. I mean, hey, I did the.
you
ACC.
did it.
I did it.
You did it like a month after that.
I did it.
which
It
also
was-
hurt.
I'm not gonna lie, it was the craziest moment of my life.
Yeah.
No, I will say though, when you do something that big, you're like,
Yeah.
my life's about to change, and then it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, the next day you're like, well, I did that. And
Yeah, same. I mean, I had already done a basketball arena.
Yes,
So
okay,
it wasn't
okay,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
I'd done where the Penguins play. I'd done where the Pittsburgh, which is a hockey team. But then I did where the Charlotte Hornets play.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it is weird, and I feel like this happens a lot with comedians when like you get something so big and then like something tragic happens. Like I did the ACC show, and then 2 days later, my dog got pneumonia and almost died. So I was like
man.
celebrating with my sister and like woo, and then I'm like, why is my dog doing this weird breathing thing? And then my vet was like, take her to the hospital now. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
fiddly dee. So you don't enjoy things for so long.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it's
Yeah.
like the highs and lows of this
Yeah.
career and just life in general. You're like, yeah, okay. So what? Yes, and then also you'll have more opportunities.
Yeah, I didn't get too low. I was sad. I was annoyed.
but this healed well. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. Is the hip?
You're healed.
It's okay.
Do you still feel crunching? What's going on over there?
Yeah, it's just not bad. I was hoping to be like playing basketball again, and I'm just not.
Okay.
I'm on the road too much, so I don't
Okay.
do the little exercises.
You gotta do the exercise.
I gotta do
I mean,
the
I want to talk.
exercise.
I don't stretch at all. My back is fucked. I'm
Yeah?
seasoned. Oh, I'm seasoned on stage. Like I'll just sit and go, like I'll just I can't. It's bad. I'm one day I'm just gonna.
Is she
fall
feeling
over.
really good right now or very bad?
Yeah. Where can everybody find you? We got to wrap this up.
Mr. Graham K on Instagram and Graham K Comedy on YouTube. Yeah, follow me. I would say TikTok, but
Yeah, what's happening?
I don't even know what's
Might
going to be out when it's there. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get 100K. My agent says that I need 100K to even ask Netflix to have a special.
Oh, buddy,
So
trust
we're
me,
close.
You're,
We're close.
You're not that close.
No, I'm 80 short.
I also had way over that, and I was told they didn't have enough.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was at like 200, and they're like, need more followers. I'm like, oh,
Are you kidding me?
I'm dead
Quarter
serious.
of a freaking million people.
dead serious.
And here's the thing about all your followers is they're real followers.
I think I have some bots, but I think majority are. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, like they're fans.
Yeah.
I mean, they're actual people. They're fans that like your comedy.
Yes.
They're not just some like, oh, she likes lamps, so I like lamp. Oh, maybe she had a cool.
Should I get into lamps? That is.
Yeah.
Did you look at my cool llama lamp? Is that what you looked at?
No, I just looked at that lamp. I'm not that
sucks.
imaginative. Oh, that's a good one over
That's
there.
a good one. Okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you, Graham K. Hilarious man. Thanks for coming. Check him out. Follow him. He's at the Cellar all the time in New York. He's on the road. Check comedians' tour dates. If you like us, check our fucking tour dates. Links are in all of our bios. Come see us live. Follow Steph Infection. And that's
best.
that.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.